Wednesday evening, this paper a day or two ago shows this bright young fellow, Mike Yankowski. Mike grew up in Parker, Colorado. Wasn't particularly religious youth, but he converted as a young man, and he had an experience that led him to be concerned about the homeless. He went to a Christian liberal arts college, Westmont College in Santa Barbara, California, but he didn't feel he was living out his faith. Then he had an encounter with a homeless man, and he and his friends did everything they could to not really look at the homeless man and his associates. Then they got to thinking about that. Got to wondering, what's it like to be standing or sitting on the ground and be invisible? And that question prompted him to find a buddy, and the two of them became homeless. They lived in Phoenix, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, Phoenix, and San Diego, 5 months. They ate out of the garbage cans. They depended on panhandling and handouts for food money. Of course, maybe he did it to write a book, because he did write a book, and now he's on this tour and spoke to a packed house at the Christian prayer breakfast here the other day. Well, his book he calls Under the Overpass, and it documents his life as a homeless man. And he said one of the things that bothered him the most was that he and his friend deliberately would choose church lawns and sit down to rest, just to see what the reaction would be. And he said that, yeah, there were some positive experiences, but that unfortunately there were a lot of being kicked off, being invisible even on a church lawn. Yeah, I could see how that would be a very appreciable subject, a subject that would be appreciated at a prayer breakfast with a group of Christians, because most of us do that. We don't know how to deal with the homeless. Now, he said there were some good experiences, that a janitor in one of the Phoenix churches invited him in, he and his friend in, for a meal. Very nice. But that more often, including the church in Phoenix, they were just kicked off. He said it was surprising, and yet wasn't, to see how people just chose to ignore him. It was really heartbreaking, because I have a feeling that they managed to keep kind of halfway respectfully dressed and clean, and being good Christian boys. I think they thought that maybe they'd be recognized as such. But they were recognized as homeless, the untouchables, the uncounted untouchables in our America today. It just burns me up that we say the unemployed are the ones that are getting unemployment checks, when these homeless people, they really are unemployed. And they're human beings. They're the poor that Jesus talked constantly about. Feed my sheep. Give to the poor. Take care of those in need. I can't say I'm any better. Maybe a tiny bit sometimes. If Donna and I go into usually a fast food place, and we see a homeless person around and recognize that they are hungry, we just buy for them what we buy for us and take it out to them. And with rare exception, it's very courteously accepted, and thank you usually includes God bless you. Sure, I know the cynics will say they say that because of selfish reasons. I tell you what, most of those hungry folks, when they say God bless you, I feel like they're saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Right here in Yuma, we have a lot of homeless people because it's a particularly nice place to be hungry. I mean, if you're going to be hungry and if you're going to have to sleep out, boy, Yuma, Arizona is a lot more comfortable place to sleep out in the wintertime than just about anywhere else in America. So we have quite a mission here, quite a mission program here, and they're expanding, and they need to expand because we're not just getting more winter visitors, more year-round residents, we're getting more homeless people. God bless them. God bless you. Think about Mike Yankowski and being invisible. Find a kind word and a kind look and maybe a kind $1 or $2 or a hamburger next time you see a homeless person.